It's Thursday. That means we're going to talk about products that we've tried, products we haven't tried, things that worked beautifully, things that didn't work for me. Doesn't mean that it's not going to work for you. Want to know about this hair? Curled it? Okay, I did. I curled it with a wand. Can I link that wand? I can't, and I'm sorry because that curling wand is from the year of our Lord 2002. I don't know how it's still going. But yeah, I don't really update my hair tools. Now, I found something. I bought this day before yesterday. I tried it out yesterday. They're more artistic, okay? It's something fun and sassy to add to your collection. I love this brand. So they were known and they kind of went viral for their Rituel. The brand is Rituel de Fille, but they went viral for that one drop foundation, which I'll grab to refresh your memory. But I found these eye glosses. And I know you hear the word eye gloss and you're thinking sticky, ew, terrifying, drippy, drip. Now, this is still an eye gloss. I'm not trying to say that these are not an eye gloss, but these are the most comfortable, really beautiful. Obviously, it's still going to crease, but it didn't just instantly crease. It took, honestly, about an hour, and it wasn't even that bad of a crease. Again, still an eye gloss. Do not think that this is a long wear shadow. That being said, I think having something really fun in our collections is always a good idea. Something like this just makes me feel so excited. I'm going to show you, and you're going to be able to see the texture a little bit here. You can see, oh my gosh, they're so stunning. And you see how it has the black base? That's a really good, a really good visual. You can see that. But it's just beautiful gold. And what's happening here is that black base is really intensifying the the gold. We talk about that all the time. But I can't explain how not icky they feel. It feels so comfortable, but it's giving this oil slick look. And I just think they're really, really amazing. And I was able to wear one for at least 5 hours. And it was, obviously, it was an eye gloss, but it wasn't that gooey, horrifying eye gloss. There's the purple. Isn't that just beautiful? And then I wanted to swatch the green one. I actually haven't swatched the green one and the gold one. I did a video with the purple one. Look at how fun. It's just so pretty. But that being said, still an eye gloss. I don't want you to look at this the same way you would look at a long wear eyeshadow, but this is one of the longest wearing comfortable eye glosses I have ever used. And if you're wanting to add to something a little fun, something you don't have in your collection, I think that y'all will like these. I really do. I think they're fantastic. And then I got 2 other things from the brand. I'll really quickly take one more gander at these. Oh, I just love them so much. They're so pretty. By the way, this is the foundation I was talking about. This one's a little bit more of my summer shade, so that's one of the reasons. If you've ever seen me not use a foundation, it's not because I've started to dislike it. My skin tone, obviously, most of our skin tones, they change during the season. So this you will see once the sun starts to come out a little bit more. But I did love this foundation. And if you are looking for one of the most lightweight, pure pigment foundations, this is one of them. I feel that this one is way more lightweight than even the Laura Mercier that recently went viral. So this one is pretty fantastic. It might not match me, but I'm going to swatch it just to show you. Give it a really nice shake. Always shake up your liquids. Okay, this is just the one drop. Oh no, it matches pretty nicely. Okay, we're good. Okay, well, that's going to stay out. And you see how it keeps going and going and going and going. And we talk about that. When you see something that's this thin and it covers that quickly, that's going to be, it's 3 drop, not 1 drop, by the way. I labeled it correctly. But that just means it's pure pigment. And that's one of my favorite things ever. So lightweight. Feels like I just put on serum. Not even moisturizer. It feels like I just put on serum. So I highly recommend this foundation. In fact, I might wear this in a little while. I'm going to leave it out. Shake it up. By the way, one of the reasons I hate doing my hair is my cheeks get so hot. It's a 0 out of 10. Hate it. Put the hair in the clip and don't look at it. I'm going to put on my Elemis Superfood Sicka Calm. I'm going to let that sit while we finish this. So I have some more here from Rituel de Fille. Is that not fun? That's a party I want to go to. So this is just their Celestial Sphere Eye Soot. And there was a pink one, and we all know we are into pink. There's a pink one and a blue one. I feel like there was another one. And there's also a pink highlight. But the pink highlight was out. I need to purchase the pink highlight. I purchased all of this, by the way. This just looked like so much fun. This one kind of has a glossy feel as well. I feel that that's a really fun vibe right now. I feel like that's going to be the 2024 vibe. There's two versions of 2024 to me. It's very sultry glam, which is what everyone's calling mob wife makeup. Just a beautiful sultry glam. And then I also feel that there's going to be this, I feel like there's going to be this ethereal kind of 3-point highlighter, transparent highlighter. What transparent means is that it'll disappear when the light isn't hitting it, and then it'll just be extreme when the light is hitting it. So I think that that's where we're going to be this year. There's two glams we're going to see pretty heavily. Obviously, we're all going to do what we want. I'm just talking about in trends when we're scrolling. That's what we're going to see. Please, we do makeup the way we want to do makeup around here. Even if you want to do something that you've been doing since the beginning of makeup time and it makes you feel lovely, do that. So this is the other shade that I got. But for me, one of the reasons I did get into makeup, because I do enjoy trends. I enjoyed what I would see. The blue doesn't even look real. I would enjoy kind of the new trends, and it was magazines at the time, and it was just fun to participate in, and it gave you some ideas. But please do what you love. By the way, these dry down a lot more. These don't feel like an eye gloss now. But that needs to be all over my body. I'm excited. That was fun. Listen, I went and I always purchase. This is my job. You do not need to ever do this. I do this for reference so I can help you. I do this. This is my job. Never feel pressure that you need to go buy 3 foundations ever. Let me do it. And the reason that I do it is kind of to figure out how those undertones flow throughout the entire range. If you ever wonder why I do what I do and how I even purchase things, you have to remember this is my job. This is what I've dedicated the past 10 years to. Anybody can do it. You just got to start. But I just don't want you to feel that me getting 3 foundations is anything other than me working. But we need to talk about these. We've already got to have a chit chat on them. I'm already seeing from this collection that it's very peachy, which is orange to me. And it's even a little yellow. So the shades that I purchased, I got LM1 Cool. Always shake it up. And I'm going to swatch it down here because this is a good example. My cheek is flaring. So look at where's that cool? That's me looking for it. That's a cool shade. It is labeled cool. And this is why I do my research. Okay. And then we have L2 Neutral. Wanted to check that out. I want to see where we're going. That, to me, that is not neutral. That is even warm / olive to me. And then I wanted to check out more in the medium range. So I got this shade. This is M2 Cool. But is it? Is it? Now, it's going to be too dark. But even it being too dark, that is not cool. Also notice that these are not that far off. I'm going to put it right next to it. So this first one here, okay, remember that one is LM1 Cool, light medium 1 Cool. And this is M2 Cool. And even in shade, not undertone, they're not that different in shade. This one is not much darker, and that's going into medium. So I'm sad. Not only that, that's M2. So that's medium 2, medium second, not even medium 1. And that one is, which one was that one? I don't want to confuse y'all. I'm trying my best. LM1. That's wild to me. And I don't even know what this is over here doing. It's best. It's doing its best. It's just, no. It's just going to be a little too light. Definitely even too light to match down here. I'm going to keep trying. I am on PR, like I mentioned, I bought these. I only say that because I want you to know that there's no, I feel like negative reviews, because we can find, because this is going to be wonderful for people even with olive undertones. I love that. But I want you to know that I do put my heart and in what I do in my reviews. But that being said, I believe I'm on their PR, so maybe they'll send some more shades and we'll find one. But so far, it's not even about there being a shade, it's about how off the shades are so far to me. And even letting them dry, they're not gonna work. They're not. I could mix these two and we can get something. But then I don't want to do a review. That's perfect. I don't want to do a review where we have to mix foundations, because we don't need to buy 2 foundations when we go to other brands and they have what we need. So I don't want you to feel like you need 2 foundations. These are going into my drawer of disappointment. Not really. I'm going to do more research with them. By the way, the mixture is just still too warm. You can really see it there. I'm not walking around like that. Now let's talk about the Fenty concealer and a little bit about the Jean Bean hair that's up my nose. Super hydrating. But listen, we talked about this yesterday. With a super hydrating formula, I need you to understand that light creasing is inevitable. That's what happens. When we have even if we scale back our skincare, when we have this much hydration and this much skincare, our body heat is one of the factors. Let that be the first factor. It's just going to warm all of that juicy goodness up. And it's not like it's going to be the most insane creasing in the world. And we need to understand as humans that creasing is okay, especially if we have different needs underneath our eyes. So if we're going to need a hydrating formula, I really think that you're going to like this. That being said, I have a favorite super hydrating concealer now. But we'll get to my favorite hydrating one in just a second. But right now, let's swatch these. And you know what I love? I love that they're actually cool. I'm trying to see which one the lightest one is. Okay, we're going to start with 170C, and I'll list them up here as we go. Okay, let's just do it here. Look at that. That's actually pink. That's going to be a little too light. I would consider that a very brightening shade on my skin tone, but that's beautiful. Pink. I'm getting what I'm expecting. My pinky deliciousness. I am a flamingo. This one, the next one is going to be 185C. Look, watch. That's nice. And look, that range is going, you see the shift. Still pink, getting a little bit darker. Good job, Fenty. Somebody was paying attention to the undertones. And then we have 200C. And that's the one that I would use. Still pink. Look at that. Ooh, gradual. Beautiful. So we have the flow here, and by flow, I mean it gradually darkens the way that a range should. It's labeled correctly. Cool. We got our pink, our cooler tones. These all look so nice up against here. Look at that. Whee! That's literally how I imagine makeup. And again, super hydrating, extreme hydration. So do expect very light creasing, even if you lightly set. But a wonderful concealer. I was able to wear this 8 hours. And if I'm actually suggesting something, I have tested it. I would never just be like, oh yeah, it's great, I put it on once. We don't do that here. We also don't do first impressions. We don't do a first impression ad is what I'm saying. We're not, oh, look at this concealer, I love it. Hashtag ad. Of course you love it. That's beside the point. But my favorite hydrating concealer right now that is just so perfect. I mean, look at this. It's perfect for me. It's perfection. That is my foundation shade, but 2 shades lighter. the way that I like concealer and recommend. I do recommend your concealer be 2 shades lighter for daily wear, just for out the door. It looks going too light can cast shadows, so that's why it's not really a preference. There is a little bit of method behind it and why we always suggest that, we as an artists. But that being said, this is my favorite. The Kosas, my perfect shade is 2.6C. Let me just confirm that. Yep, 2.6C. And for a long time, Kosas, they didn't have a shade for me, but they did extend their cooler tones like I had requested for quite some time. So we also love when a brand listens, but this is the one that I've been reaching for. And for a long time, Kosas just ran extremely yellow, just absolutely yellow. And it really goes to show that if your concealer is not the perfect shade for your undertone and skin tone, how unflattering the formula can be. It can make you think that you dislike the formula because of the color. The color alone can just make it look so terrible. It can even look patchy underneath your eye if it's not the right shade. And I've been teaching that for a long time, and I will continue to teach that until everybody in the makeup world knows it. Now, I did find something else. Let me get this off my face, but I'll swatch it in just a second. So I haven't tried them, so let's not run out and snatch it up just yet because I don't know what's going on with it. But one thing I did like about it is I liked the color. I used the shade Tan. So these are from J.Cat Beauty, and I have absolutely fallen in love with that brand. For the price, I think I like it better than other things in that price range. Their glosses are just, all their lip products, just fun. But this is, it seems really, really nice. Now, let me get this off and I'll swatch it for you. Okay, this is gonna be a good example. I'm just gonna throw it on my cheek. So it's a cream to powder. I love a cream to powder. Okay, look how pretty the match is. It's really nice, but look at this, it just keeps going. Look at that. I didn't even have that much on my finger. It kind of impressed me. I did this yesterday, and the coverage on this is pretty wild. And then it's gonna dry down, and it's gonna have a more powdery matte fit. Not a completely matte. I'm gonna let it dry down so you can see. And I would still set it. Look at it, just the redness. We don't have time for that no more. Look at that. And the match is really, really, really nice. The shade I wear is Tan, which again, it's a little bit misleading. Nothing about me is tan at the moment, but I will say that's a really nice shade match. And then, oof, I have a lot of redness. Okay, this is also important. So if you've ever put on a foundation and it is pulling a little bit yellow, it might be because of the redness in your cheeks. But if you just look at this, when you can't see any of that redness, okay, just block it all out, but I gotta still see you under here. It's matching perfectly. Look at how it flows down to my neck. And obviously I haven't worked it in either, but we always just have to factor that in. Look, it's pulling yellow. Red does that. Red. All right, let me work this in. Remember we talked about that yesterday. It's so important. Oh, it's so pretty. This is what I did yesterday, and now I didn't have a chance to wear it. So let's not just run out and hop and buy it. I'm telling you, the way that it looks on the skin, especially for how much this is going to be. I'm going to find out how much this is. It's $5. It's $4.99. Maybe we should just go buy it. It's really beautiful, and the way that it's drying down, obviously we would still set it. Even though I'm dry, I'm going to set this. And what I mentioned, normally I say balance to dry, but right now in the winter months, I'm definitely going to be on the drier side. But let me wear it before we buy it. But that is a wonderful price. Remember, I haven't set it, and I wanted to show you with back camera. Look at how blurring it is. Look at that. That looks so nice. Look at it around here. Take a gander. I'm really impressed, especially for that price. Now moving on. Take down my little glare blocker. What else have I been loving? Or not loving? Or impartial to? Ooh, something else that I bought a bunch of these. The Sephora. Hang on. Oh Lord, have mercy. My first day doing a tutorial. I bought a bunch of these Sephora eyeshadows. I think they're downstairs. I should go get them. Ooh, not the stairs. Listen, I grew up in a one-story, very small house, and I actually lived there until 2 years ago, and then I got stairs. Please, I don't think that I live in some fancy, Lord have mercy, big house. No, it's just a little built in the 90s, wonderful, but so quaint, normal home. Normal's relative, we know that, but I don't want you to think I live in this big mansion and have a room full of purses. I don't. That being said, stairs. The stairs take me out. And I would consider myself to do some activities, but them daggum stairs, just thinking about them, I'm wheezing. Okay, so these are the Sephora collection eyeshadows, and I got this shade because it looks really, really, really fun. But I swatched it. Now, I haven't put it on my eyeball yet, but I swatched it, and it's kind of... that's what it makes me think of. And I understand that it's just pure sparkle, but that's me trying to smooth it out. And here, it reminds me of kind of like clumpy sand. It just keeps clumping, and I didn't like that. But I'm saying all that to show you an alternative that I think is way better. Plus, I don't like this packaging. It's little. Let me show you the better alternative that's still roughly in the same price range. There you go. There's you some sparkles. And then you'll notice that it has a base, so you're not going to see that patchiness. And also what happens here is those pearls in there kind of make it to where it can glide evenly, but you still have just extreme, beautiful, actual sparkles. You can see them in there too. It's not just a shimmer shadow. There's that very chunky, glittery, extreme sparkle. Kiko Milano slept on. Now I don't even want to go downstairs and look at the other ones I bought. I was really excited for this too. As an artist, yes, I can absolutely find the perfect application for this, but not everybody has the time, and some of us are still developing skills. So I don't want to recommend this. You get it, and then just, especially because it's going to be so hard to get off once you commit to it. You get it, you put it on, it's a patch fest, it's falling down. I don't want to recommend it because of that. And then my current favorite bronzer is going to be this. By the way, I wear the lightest shade in this, and it does, there needs to be a shade extension period. I will never make an excuse for that. But I will say that this formula is just so blurring, and it feels like a face powder instead of a bronzer. So a lot of times bronzers to me, they feel very much like an afterthought in terms of formula. This one has that blur that a powder foundation has. It has that feel that a very soft, finely milled loose powder has, which also gives blur. So this one just feels like a very advanced formula in terms of a bronzer. You just normally see bronzers, they feel a little chalky, they feel very pressed very, very hard into the pan, which is hard to pick up. But this one just feels exceptional, especially for this price. But Kiko, we need a shade expansion here. Thank you. Ooh, and then last but not least, I think that's enough. It's been pretty wild around here. The Anastasia Brow Freeze Gel. I do not love the original Brow Freeze, which I'm digging for right now. I have it somewhere. There it is. Got it. I don't love this one. It's a little too heavy for my brow hair. It's really still about brow type, which I talk about that a lot. I'm actually going to link the video I use here. I don't always carve my brows, but I did in that video just for fun. But I show this, and I have this on right now, and this holds but keeps my brows where I would like them to be. It's really beautiful. I think it's a very innovative formula, and I think that if you have very coarse brow hair, this is not going to weigh them down. I really like it. It's a 10 out of 10. So I think that's going to be everything for today, because that was quite a bit. I don't ever want y'all to feel like we need to just run out and get everything, but Obviously at this point we go through things, we see what we're enjoying, who that product might be for, who it might not be for, just so many different things. And I love doing these. It feels like I'm just hanging out with y'all. But yes, my favorite discovery though is the Rituel de Fille things. That's me putting it all over my face. I love it. I think a hidden highlight is going to be a huge trend. I should post that. I should post that video. But it's going to be a huge trend this year, and I think it's going to be beautiful on all skin tones, and it's fun, it's exciting, and it's just fun makeup. And that's what got me into makeup, was fun makeup. So I love it. And I love you. In case nobody's told you today, I love you so much.